Hello again, Dawn Cater, Instructional Specialist for Career Readiness here. So today, I would like to do a short briefing on the world of work. The assumption is that you all eventually would like to have a career versus a job. So let's start off by explaining the difference between the two. When you begin to think about a career, you're thinking about your long-term goals. It is the journey you take that encompasses jobs, experiences, and training. A job will minimally impact your future work life, but a job could be the beginning of your journey to a career. So selecting jobs within the desired career field will give you a broad range of experiences. There just simply comes a point where you should get away from simply having jobs to working towards a career. The other two things I wanted to talk about the difference between is internship and apprenticeship. Just as jobs, various jobs within the career field will help you determine if that career field is something you really want to get into, so too can internships and apprenticeships help you to determine the path you want to take for a career. So when considering a career, always research possible internships or apprenticeship opportunities. Basically, an internship is an informal look into a particular industry or profession. It allows you to possibly explore various jobs within a certain career field. Apprenticeship, on the other hand, is a more formal, structured training environment that teaches you the skills required for a particular career. Now, internships can be paid or unpaid. So if you have the opportunity to do an internship, even if it's unpaid, don't frown on it because that unpaid internship can give you the experience that you can put on a resume that may help you get the foot in the door of a company you really want to work for. And a lot of times there are opportunities to roll right into a full-time employment from an unpaid internship. On the apprenticeship side, it's much longer. Okay, internships are usually short term, but apprenticeships can last years. They're usually paid experiences, not necessarily high paid experiences, but they lead to full-time employment. And depending on the industry that you're doing the apprenticeship with, credentialing is usually involved as well as college credit. Some companies will cover the cost of tuition either while you're going through college or at the end to ensure that you've completed it. The other thing we want to talk about when we talk about work is the skills gap. So employers are saying that there is definitely a gap between the skills that they need employees to have and the skills employees are bringing to the job. So I highly recommend again that you research career fields that show a skills gap. Many workers in certain careers are at the age of retirement, and unfortunately, we're seeing a decrease in people being able to fill those spots. It's basically called supply and demand. So if you are unsure on what you want to do in the future, it would be beneficial to know where there are high demands but low supply. The other thing to think about is, do you really want to move on to a four-year college or university after high school? Could you instead attend a technical or two-year school, fulfill the basic requirements to get your foot in the door of a company, and then go on to complete a four-year degree or better yet, a master's degree? Remember, keep in mind, some companies will pay for you to go to college, but only after you've proven yourself. So we're talking about the skills gap. This is some of the statistics we're seeing. Hard skills are teachable abilities or skill sets that are easy to quantify. So we're talking about your knowledge base and your technical abilities. Soft skills are more about your behavior, how you think, personal traits. These are more difficult to measure than hard skills. So again, employers are saying they can teach you a job. They can teach you how to do the job. But what they're saying is they're seeing a lack of soft skills with employees that they're trying to hire. So these are some of the soft skills they say are missing in new hires. So now you have an idea of what employers are looking for. You have an idea of various avenues you can take to research as far as the experience of being in a certain career field. The other resource that I would like you to take a look at is the Occupational Outlook Handbook. Here is where you can research career fields to find out, as I said before, supply and demand. So when you go into this Occupational Outlook Handbook, the website is at the bottom. You can easily use the category. For instance, I used here personal care and service occupations, or you can put in the search box at the top a specific career field that you already know you want to get into. If you use the category, they will list specific occupations and careers that fall under that category, give you a quick overview, but then when you click on that occupation, it'll give you more detailed information. So right now they're showing 2019 numbers, so that's very current, and the median pay by hour and per year for that career. The thing that I like to look at is the number of jobs. So in 2019, there was over 78,000 skincare specialist jobs within the United States. And the next one as well is the job outlook for the next 10 years, or 2019 to 2029. As you can see in this example, it's 17%. So I highly recommend that you look at jobs that have a double-digit uh, job outlook. Okay, that's your supply and demand. So again, this is a great resource to use in trying to determine, and it also tells you the level of education that's required for each of the careers. The other resource that I highly recommend is, of course, Major Clarity, where you can explore career fields. You'll have short video clips of people that are in the industry where they ask them a few questions. When I mean short, we're talking maybe 2-3 minutes at the max. There's also activities for each career field that's selected. So it gives you an idea of what an individual would do in that career field on a day-to-day basis. I also like it because if you pick a career field, again, in all career fields, there are occupations. So you can try and find an occupation within a career field that, let's say, only requires a high school diploma, okay, or no diploma, or a 2-year degree versus a 4-year degree. Whatever you select, what level of education you select, Major Clarity will give you a list of occupations within that career field that meets that level of education requirement that you picked. It will also give you, it's like it goes deeper and deeper into the weeds. It will also give you similar occupations once you get into the one you selected. The other benefit of Major Clarity is it does have a link for work opportunities. It uses Indeed. If you're not familiar with Indeed, it is a job search platform, but it will bring up internships. You can filter an area that you're looking for internships. I think the biggest city that they have for us, closest to us, will be Richmond, where you can look up internships. Now, I will say a lot of the internships are for college students, but that's okay, because if you're going to college, um, it is an opportunity for you to get the experience and possibly get paid if it's a paid internship. But I will go more into Major Clarity on Friday's presentation. So again, as a recap, you need to decide at what point do you want to stop simply having a job and begin the journey of starting a career. As always, do your due diligence because it will help to ensure that your journey is successful. You can have a career doing something you are passionate about if you take the necessary steps and put in the work to make it happen. As always, I wish you the best. Stay healthy and safe.